Gyronics.
Okay, so we have a quite challenging problem. How many square yards of canvas will be required to make a conical tent, which is 15 feet high and 18 feet in diameter, if 10% of the material is wasted. So let's analyze later this 10% material wasted. For now, let's focus on the conical tent. So this is the visual representation of the problem. So we have a conical tent which is 15 feet in height and 18 feet in diameter. So first we need to calculate for the lateral surface area of this tent. So to calculate for the lateral surface area, we actually needed the length of this slant height. Okay, so to calculate for this length of this slant height, we need to draw a right triangle. So since this is 18 feet, the diameter, so the radius, that would also be one of the side of the right triangle, is of course 9 feet. Okay, so let's move this 15 feet height to the left side. So we have now our right triangle, and the slant height is represented by the lowercase l. And since this is a right triangle, we can apply the Pythagorean theorem. So we have c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So in this case, your c is your l, so that is l squared equals, and let's say your a is your r squared, and of course the remaining side is h squared. Then we can plug in the values. So we have L squared equals 9 squared plus 15 squared. So 9 squared plus 15 squared is 306, and of course the squared in the L when transferred to the right side will become square root. So square root of 306 is 3 square root of 34 feet. So this is the length of the slant height. Next is to calculate for the lateral surface area. So refer to this sample cone. Of course, r is the radius of the base, l is the slant height, and h is the altitude. So we have this general equation for finding the lateral surface area of a solid. In this case, your e is your slant height now, and your p, of course, perimeter. But since this is a circle, so the circumference. So the formula will become S equals pi times r. So instead of 2 pi r, so we only get half of the circumference. Okay, so that is the formula. So pi r times L, which is the slant height. Okay, so we'll be using this one to our problem. Okay, so let's plug in the value now. So we have S equals pi times r, which is 9 feet, and the slant height, which is 3 square root of 34 feet. And this will give us the lateral surface area of the cone, which is 27 square root of 34 pi square feet. Okay, next, let's unroll the cone. So this is what a cone in the flat surface looks like. So you need this pattern to form the cone. So this is the tip of the cone or the vertex, and this is the base. Okay, so you roll this over and you have your 3D cone. Okay, so this is more like the 2D version. So I hope you can visualize. And of course, this pattern ideally came from a rectangular shape. So we have our rectangular canvas, and of course you cut this over to this canvas. Okay, and since you cut this one, you need only this area. So it is given that this surface is wasted. Okay, which is based on the problem, that is 10% waste. So the problem asks for the total surface area of this canvas, not the cone only. Okay, so let's calculate for the surface area of the canvas. So let's label this as T. So the total surface area of the canvas is, of course, the area of the cone, this one, the shaded region, plus the area of this 10% waste. Okay? So of course, T is equals to S plus 0.1. T. 0.1 is 10% waste of the total. That's why we have 0.1 T. So 10% of the total. Okay? So we have T, of course, we will transfer this one, 0.1 T to the left side. So positive, it will become negative. So T minus 0.1 T equals S. So this is 1 T minus 0.1 T, that is 0.9 T equals S. Okay, so let's continue with the calculation. So we have 0.9 T equals S. So we can calculate now for the T, of course, given that the S is your 27 square root of 31 pi. So 0.9 T equals that value. Of course, we divide by both sides of the equation, divide by 0.9. So this one also is divided by 0.9. So T equals 27 square root of 34 pi divided by 0.9. That will give us 30 square root of 34 pi square feet. So this is actually the total surface area of the canvas. But this is in square feet. The problem asks for the square yards. So let's convert this unit into square yards. Okay, so the equivalent of 1 yard, that is equal to 3 feet. So we can use this ratio. Okay, so let's take our total area in square feet. We multiplied by, so again, as I have said, you check the denominator. So this is feet, so this is good. But take note, this is square feet. So meaning, you will also take this ratio into squared. Okay, so this will become 1 square yard divided by 3 square feet. Of course, this will cancel out. So we have 30 square root of 34 pi divided by 9. Take note, 3 squared. So divided by 9. And the total area of the canvas in square yard is 61.06. So this is the final answer for this particular problem. Okay, so see you on the next exercise. So I hope you can follow this step-by-step solution.